Good morning everyone, welcome back to another Whaling video, and this one is going to be a special one because even though the character in question is not anything new in that this is a rerun, this will be the last one that I need to complete the Pokédex. As you can see right here, I have everyone except Yoimiya, which is both, I guess, depending on who you're asking, it's either impressive or really lame. Anyways, let's get started. I'm going pretty conservative for today, quote unquote conservative, compared to like what I was doing in the past. And it's gonna be a relatively short video, I would say. Let me just check my history really quick. So we're fresh, brand new. I am pretty sure, yeah, so I'll be guaranteed to get... No, there is no 50-50 guarantee, or there's no hard guarantee for me because I have no hard pity, or... Yeah, I have no hard pity for this one. Anyways, let's just get started. And, what will be the conversation topic for today? Well, I suppose I can elaborate more on what's been going on if you've been keeping up with my community tab. Okay, we interrupt another conversation with early 5-star. And of course, it's not a Vars polling video without a Gene off banner. Whatever. Yep, as you see here, C6 already done. Anyways, in my community tab recently, I made, I guess you can call it an apology video. Bruh, we're not doing this again. Are we actually doing this again? Okay, I mean... Oh, another Yunjin. Oh, okay. That didn't take long. Alright, you know what's good? I guess I can't have any serious discussion or conversation from my videos because every time I do, I just get blessed with 5 stars apparently. Okay, well, alright, you know what? We're done with that, so we're gonna go after her weapon instead. Did I already? Yeah. So basically I made a community post sort of apologizing for the inconsistencies in, or not the inconsistencies, the inaccuracies in my videos where I said certain statements that if you were to be technical about it or if you were to like break down the numbers, they're not actually true. And lately I've got like the comments that were responding to that were, you know, predictably overwhelmingly positive because the only people who care to read an extremely long, like I guess twit longer level posts like that are the people who support my channel. But I definitely noticed that even though there are a lot of people who, you know, appreciate my content and can understand the nuances in it's not about the tiny detail of me saying one sentence that makes up the entire purpose of the video, it still bothered me because while I don't call myself a theory crafter and I don't really care about the minutiae or like the minute details of, you know, the 40-page spreadsheet flowchart type thingamadoohickeys that, you know, you see all the theory crafters go into. It's still, you know, I still pride myself on being knowledgeable about the game, and if I post things that explain, or not explain, but sort of beget or reveal something that I'm lacking in terms of my experience of the game, then for me, it's less about, I think a lot of people had this idea that I was giving into, I guess, the pressure of having to be like super pedantic about everything, or having to, you know, the well actuallys, those types of people. But not really. It is part of that, but it's just the pursuit of being as accurate as possible is just something that I think every content creator should strive for. Not for the sake of, you know, like, I guess, shutting up the haters, but more just good work for the sake of doing good work, you know what I mean? And I definitely plan to like improve my content going forward and to be able to make sure that even though I still focus more on the general conceptual kind of things, if and when I do approach a point where I do have to talk about numbers or specific details that do require research in like usage of different weapons, rotations, team compositions, and whatnot, I will consult with theory crafters and other players who are more experienced with the game, and I hope that you guys are okay with that. But yeah, just wanted to kind of elaborate more on it. That I think I got a few comments asking if I was like depressed or something. No, it's not that. It's just that I was, kind of reflecting back and noticed that I was being admittedly very stubborn about the whole ordeal, and I'm gonna try my best to make sure that I can improve on that. Hopefully going forward, especially with version 3.0 coming out, I can maintain, as it may not always be 100% factually correct, because I'm not Ziox, or I'm not like Zaichef. I'm not like, I don't play this game for 10 hours a day trying to like crunch down numbers and stuff like that, but I'll do my best to make sure that I don't produce misleading information, or you know what I mean. I don't think I had to explain any further. Okay, so we got Yoimiya and we got the wrong weapon. We got the Summit Shaper, which do I even have a Summit Shaper? I do not. So it's supposed it's better than having a duplicate. Finally, we got Yoimiya already. Now I do want to get a Thundering Pulse, but if I can't, I can always just use one of these. Yeah, I think she works pretty well with either. The Skyward Harp is a really good, I would say it's the best of the Skyward weapons, besides maybe the Skyward Blade, primarily because it just gives you a massive amount of crit stats. And yeah, that's gonna be it. We finished everything. That is until Sumuru comes out, and I had to go back to chasing everything. I don't know why I do this. Like, no matter what game I play, no matter what gacha game I play, I always just want to collect every character. Purely because even though I don't ever see myself using like half of them, I've run into so many situations where like a super difficult boss or dungeon came out, and the only way to perfect clear it is if you have this one specific unit from 3 years ago that's no longer available type thing. And so therefore I decided better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Do not follow that philosophy though, because that leads to a lot of wasteful spending. Really quickly though, I need to check. Yoimiya requires what? She needs... Oh, she needs Nakuids. Wait, can't you buy this? I'm pretty sure you can buy this from here, right? Yeah, you can. Alright, I'll just buy it here. Yes, I know you can farm it and whatnot, but it's cheap. It's not that expensive. So Yoimiya needs the Nakuid, and then she also needs... Where is she? I lost her. There she is. And she needs the scroll, which is good. It's better than the Spectre or anything else that's better. There's like plenty of these. And then we need the Pyrohypostasis, which I have none of, so I'll have to work on that. I definitely plan to work on Yoimiya and at least get her up to a serviceable level, because I am definitely in need of more ranged attackers. The only bow user that I can use for general combat is Ganyu, but like I guess Child to some extent, but he's mostly a melee, so I do need a dedicated bow user, I think, and Yoimiya I think will become more valuable since I noticed that she's more of a long-term investment from what I've heard. She started off kind of meh, because at the time we didn't need a character like her, but now people are starting to gradually realize that she actually is pretty useful and that we don't really have that many consistent ranged attackers besides Ganyu. And Ganyu is obviously easy to get shut down by any cryo-based enemies like the Cryo Abyss Mage and whatnot. So I will have to work on her, although let me just check. Give me a moment. Oh, I see. So you want to use... Wait, what? Alright, Braxa, what is your recommendation? Okay. I'm guessing I want... Actually, maybe Amos Bow is better than Skyward Harp, because it's based on normal attack damage anyway. So we'll do that. Actually, yeah, never mind. I don't know why I'm working on this. I'm pretty sure Russ is just stronger. Okay then. That was enhancement ores well spent. We'll do this instead. Oh, pulling is done, by the way. I'm not actually going to go for Thundering Pulse. I'm not going to wail that hard. So if you were here only for the pulse, then thank you so much for watching. You can get going now. I'm just going to be upgrading her weapon and... Alright, what does this need? Finally, a weapon that uses a sacrificial knife. I don't think I've ever seen something that required this drop, which is why I kept just using it for the... what's it called? Parametric Transformer? And of course, I've seen the sands many times. Alright, oh, speaking of which, her constellations. What does she want? No, this is... No, that doesn't look good. Ooh. Ooh. That's a good one. I don't know if it's worth 2 constellations, but that, individually speaking, that's a really good constellation. Alright, whatever. We're not gonna go for it because she's gonna be probably a backup unit for me. That's the problem when you have a lot of 5 stars, is that you kind of just get used to using the same like 10 or so, that it gets difficult for you to find a reason to use the others, even though I do need to figure out if I want to include Ayato and Kokomi into my team. But because I have Yelan, Child, and then I Shinso, I already have my Hydro needs met. Obviously not everyone has this, because not everyone has every 5 star, but the problem with Genshin that I find is just that there are no restrictions, and I made this in a recent video, or I talked about this in a recent video. There are no restrictions, like, if there are no bosses where like, oh, it disables all Liyue units, so you can only use Mondstadt or Inazuma. It's like, I wish there were bosses or dungeons that had restrictions to like force you to use more than just Kazuha, Zhongli, Ganyu, Shogun, Futa, like, because if the game doesn't force us against it, then we will just continue to use it, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But whatever, I mean, I know a lot of people who are bored with the game, they give up these characters and try making teams with these just because they have nothing better to do, but it's not mandated by the game, and I think that's just one thing that Genshin's really, it doesn't require that much effort, they can just do it. They make so many intricate puzzles and dungeons and stuff like that, but they can't make content that forces us to use different units. Like if there was a dungeon that requires an all-Animo team, then if you have Shao in your back pocket, you have no choice but to use him. Or if you have a team where, yeah, like the regional lock, like you can only use Liyue teams, then you can try doing a team of, well, I mean, Liyue is pretty stacked. You can use like, what, Hu Tao, or use like Ganyu and Xunhe, and then Shanning and Xingqiu or something, but you get the point. Alright, anyways, at this point, we're not even talking about polls anymore, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, a rating would be much appreciated. For the time being, we're gonna wait for Sumeru to come out, and God, why? What is with me and my completionism? I don't understand why, but anyways, yeah. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for, I don't know what kind of tweets I post, strong Twitter tweets, or cursed tweets. Join my Discord server and check out my previous polling videos if you haven't yet. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.